This story from the life of Jesus is a very important one. Not only is it in 3 of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and John, but it probably convinced his disciples that he was the Son of God more than anything else Jesus had done. They were already amazed at this man, but here comes a moment they would never forget. Now Jesus has sent his disciples ahead of him in a boat to cross the Sea of Galilee, a huge freshwater lake. They start rowing, but soon get stuck in a storm that drives them across the lake, away from where they wanted to row. Some of the disciples were fishermen and had encountered storms all their life, but this one was so much worse. The wind was blowing, the waves were washing into the boat, and it was now at least 3 a.m., a time when they all wanted to be in bed, having a nice sleep, but instead, they're in a boat, scared and exhausted from rowing for hours and hours. Then out in the distance, they see what looks like a ghost walking on the water. This is terrifying to a bunch of very tired sailors who were all crying out for help. But right away, Jesus called out to them, "Be brave. It is I. Don't be afraid." Phew, it's just Jesus. Wait a minute. He's walking on water? How? Wait, what? All of these questions are running through their minds, but only one spoke up back to Jesus. "Lord, is it you?" Peter asked. "If it is, tell me to come to you on the water." Peter was the boldest of all the disciples and said things that other people only thought, and it got him into a bit of trouble, but not this time. "Come," Jesus said. So Peter gathered his courage, took a step of faith, got out of the boat and began walking on the water toward Jesus. Okay, so now we have 2 people walking on water in the storm. The others would have barely been able to believe their eyes. Peter took his eyes off Jesus just for a moment and looked across the water at the wind and the waves and began to wobble a little, then sink a little. His fear got the best of him and he called out to Jesus, "Lord, save me!" Jesus immediately reaches out his hand and catches Peter. As they climb into the boat together, the storm calms down. Every one of the disciples in that boat begin to worship Jesus, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Did they know it before this moment? Maybe. But now it was becoming clear that this was not a normal man. And it was clear that the trust and the faith that Peter had in Jesus was strong, and it gave him the courage to do amazing things.